Alrighty. Well, as it happens, it is true. Yes, I am officially live on TikTok as well as what else am I live on? I'm live on Trovo as well. This is actually the first time I've ever gone live on either one of those platforms. I am reasonably excited to see how it goes. Please let me know in the chat if everything is sounding good from your end, and also if you have any problems with the seeing me on screen, because I'm not entirely sure how any of this is actually going to pan out on these other apps. So I just finished watching Invincible. So I figured I'd do more of a traditional sketch jam. Just kind of get back into the groove. Of what makes sketch jam. So what I'm going for here is, I guess something, more chibi. And I guess similar to the animated series. Actually, I'll turn this music up just a teeny bit. So, oh, hey, Court. Long time. Haven't been back doing the night live stream in ages. Well, not properly anyway. I've been overseas. I was in Japan over April. Huh. And yeah. I haven't. I've been sort of going out and like trying to sort of accumulate like experiences and everything, like, you know, visiting different places and doing conventions and stuff. And yeah, I think that's working out for me. Because that's the interesting thing. You've got to get like that life balance going, where where you have to have some like cool new stuff happen to you. Otherwise, I honestly find myself like just saying the same like half a dozen sort of stories over and over again. How's the online store going for you, mate? Because I'm very close to getting mine up and running. Oh, excellent. Yeah, that's the cool thing. Like, that's what I've noticed as well, is like a whole bunch of like fantastic new developments when it comes to like building businesses and stuff. I know I get a little bit repetitive, but I'm just sort of I'm really like happy with how things have sort of started panning out. Still very early days though. So yeah, welcome to everyone who's watching on TikTok. This is actually my first official live stream on TikTok as well, so you'll have to bear with me if I seem a little bit distracted, because I'm still trying to figure out how to get like the multi-stream chat working, but it seems to be going all right so far. And I kind of just signed on to Trovo just as like, oh, this is an option as well. Haven't done a huge amount of look, it'll come eventually. The 1,000 followers thing, like, it's kind of like, I heard it being described as like a vanity metric, which I'm not sure what that exactly means, because, you know, they say, oh, look, you know, that's just sort of a flex and stuff, and you don't have to worry about that kind of thing, because all you need to do is just reach the right people, and like, you know, the awesomeness will just follow in due course. You know, it's kind of, you have to keep it as organic and as like free and cool as possible. You essentially just have to just sort of set it and forget it. I'm using a lot of cliches lately. I think I'm trying to sort of be my own what's it called? Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you know, life coaching and stuff. Oh no, I don't have that on TikTok either. All I did, I just went on to the laptop app, the laptop version of TikTok, and I just applied, and yeah, you can just go live. It's really cool. Like, I think I only have like 30, 38 followers. Yeah. Oh, by the way, if anyone's watching and would like to follow me on TikTok, feel free to. It'd be cool to. Like, I'm gonna post more stuff, I promise, when I get around to it. But yeah, um, yeah, I'd love to be able to share more of my stuff on the other platforms. Yeah, all these things, it takes time. Also, a nice shout out to the wonderful people on Facebook who are also tuning in as well. Feel free to say hi. I'm still trying to figure out how to get like Instagram working, and that will likely be the next stream. So I'll have like all the major streaming platforms kind of in, I don't know, some kind of sequence. Yeah, for now it's this is just Sketch Jam. So like if there's any suggestions for characters from the series that you'd like me to include, I'm a big fan of Omni-Man. He's terrifying, but at the same time, like the suburban dad, like secret identity that he plays. It's really cool. Actually, I'll turn up this music just a teeny bit. It's all a bit sound of silence at the moment. This is sort of where I cook up ideas. Sort of have them a bit like Tarzan from the Disney adaptation. I can also draw Adam Eve. Usually start with the hair. Don't want to draw too small though. So yeah, what I'm going to be doing is more comic book stuff. I've got a big convention coming up in Melbourne next month. I want to be able to because I've got this cool thing. Like I mentioned this in a previous live stream, but I've got this thing that I can actually film the drawing on my phone from around my neck, which is pretty awesome. Just gonna make sure I don't bump my nose. So yeah, just attach your phone there, and yeah. So, what day is it? It's Tuesday here. So Thursday will be the last day of anime. Oh my god. No way, man. Yeah, I wanna do one last like anime fan art stream based off of, what's it called? What's it called? Demon Slayer, that's right. It's like I've sort of gotten into Demon Slayer. And I sort of haven't. Like, parts of it I find interesting, but I don't know. I've always, like, I know I talk about this in a lot of my live streams, but I find anime that isn't dubbed into English kind of tedious to watch. Because, like, I'm not fluent at all in Japanese, and I don't like reading my movies or TV shows. I find it just immeasurably distracting. Because I like when they have closed captions on. When the volume is like, you have to keep the volume down on something, but under normal circumstances, it's like, yeah, no. Exactly. What anime are you watching at the moment? If any? I personally, I don't have the I don't really have the time to watch it myself. Like, I'm happy to sit down and, if someone's uploaded some clips of some particular show to YouTube, I'll happily watch that. But yeah, for the most part, I'm just like, okay, I have to figure out who all these characters, like all these mostly new characters are, and what the what's actually going on here. And I mean, I get that, like, a lot of these things are fairly easy to follow. But yeah, I find a lot of it a bit, bit long in the tooth. Like, when I was a kid, Evangelion. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, Evangelion was a big deal when it first came out. And that was a while ago. And I enjoyed it. But it got weird fast. Like, it starts out as like a standard, what's it called? Like, giant fighting robot kind of anime. And then it just sort of gradually becomes more of like a psychological thriller. Like, you watch these characters, who keep battling these oh, 100%. Yeah, I would agree with that. Drawing a full comic you have to work on it like every day. You know, that's how that's how it gets developed. And yeah, these things can be like tricky, you know. Now let's check the multi-stream. Like, I don't necessarily have a linear like 3-act story hero's journey comic book necessarily to tell like as a visual medium, but I do like single panel gags and stuff like that. So that's more my forte. Like Gary Larson in The Far Side, like just the little idiosyncrasies of life. You know, the things that we kind of find weird that honestly work better as memes. You know, what's going on here? Mm. Oh yeah, I mean at the end of the day, like it's about finding, you know, what you're passionate about, but also like I think what was it, Jerry Seinfeld? He gave this like commencement speech at some university, and he said, um, passion is kind of overrated or something like that, and it's actually better to just be sort of like fascinated with life rather than passionate because it's far less sweaty or something along those lines. It's like whenever I see like Jerry Seinfeld not in his show Seinfeld, like when he does like a normal stand-up routine, I'm always expecting him to do like, you know, Kramer to jump out of from behind a door, or George or somebody to show up, or Elaine to do a funny little dance. But like I'm always expecting like when he does like any kind of like, you know, when he appears in public, I'm always expecting his theme song to come on like straight afterwards. Like he says something and then like you hear the slap bass and everything, and yeah, the Seinfeld theme just starts to play. You know what I mean? Like, we're so used to him being a certain way that you can't really divorce him from the show that he was on that had his name. But like the first episode of Seinfeld is like I think it's like it's either 30 years old or pretty close to 30 years old. Oh, absolutely. Like there's something about it. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like apparently Larry David was he based like George pretty much around himself. That's why Curb Your Enthusiasm works so well, and everything that the original cast of Seinfeld did after the show has basically bombed. That's right. Yeah, like a lot of the stuff that worked for the other characters. What did I do? Hang on. No, don't need that. Oh man, I was almost, I almost started drawing Alan the alien like Vegeta. I forgot he doesn't have the big shoulder pads. Because that's the other thing about Invincible. I'm drawing a lot of comparisons to what's it called? Dragon Ball Z, which in itself is like Superman. Might make him just a teeny bit smaller. Absolutely. Supernova is going to be so cool. I'm finally able to see like chats on YouTube as well, which they weren't showing up before, but now they are. So I think something is. I guess the algorithm has finally figured out what goes where. It's going to be so cool. Like I'm also thinking of doing like a live stream from the convention itself. Like I'm gonna do sort of like the camera pointing, um, like you know how I showed you this. I'll have the phone pointing at what I'm drawing, and yeah, I'll sort of do it like a full on like fan piece, which I think should be pretty cool. Oh, really? Yeah. Um, yeah. If you go like you can just apply like it says apply for TikTok live stream access today. No streaming keys required. So yeah, you can just jump in and just yeah go from there. It's really cool. Like apparently not too long ago you needed a certain amount, but now it's like a certain minimum, and now it's way more open, and I think that's amazing because like you know life has like you know just sort of trying to sort of build something like a brand or whatever. Like there's so many hurdles and achievements that you gotta you know really put in the work for. So like you know when at least a few barriers to entry are nowhere near as high, like it just it makes things way more diplomatic. Is that the word I'm looking for? Is it either diplomatic or democratic? Yeah. Fix that arm up a little bit. Don't want to cut the collar off too much. Oh, you did? Excellent. Yeah. Oh, what's going on here? Yeah, it's I think it's Instagram, which is I think the tricky one. You know, I just want to know. because I want to keep this one sort of... Oh, my music's gone. That's a bit nicer. So if anyone's familiar with the show, Alan the alien mistakes Earth for Urath. So he's basically been spending 15 years going to the wrong planet. And he's voiced by Seth Rogen, which I think is pretty cool. Man, I'm surprised at how well this has gone. Like, man, like I haven't done like a an actual sketch jam in like months, so it's fantastic to be able to. Move this guy around a bit. Shrink him down a little bit too. Yeah, what I want to do as well is like the traditional stuff. I've never actually done a traditional live stream. It's always been Procreate. It's always been digital, with the possible exception of that one time that I used Photoshop. All my drawings are done digitally. Yep. Move this guy over here.
One, two, three, four.
Man, this is so cool. But yeah, you're right, that music is a little bit loud. So the last character I'm going to draw for this evening is Omni-Man. And those familiar with the show get the references and know the meme. Like, if anyone could play a perfect Omni-Man, Tom Selleck. But it would have to be a considerably digitally de-aged Tom Selleck. He's a bit old these days. Old Magnum PI. I went to my when the new season of Invincible came out on Amazon Prime. I went to my local comic book shop just in the city, and all the copies of Invincible, like, had to be like restocked because they'd been pretty much all bought up. Which is an excellent sign. Well, thank you very much for that. Yeah, the music is it's part of royalty free. It's like it's specifically made to be put on live streams, and it's supposed to not have any copyright issues, but I don't know, for some reason, it occasionally gets like, you know, oh, this is, you know, such and such is copyright, and I have to actually manually have to go back and dispute the copyright. It always gets fixed up because it's just a matter of you know, double checking and everything, but it's just annoying when it happens. So I'm just going to keep this one to, I think, I don't know, like maybe an hour. hour and hour 15 or hour 20. Not entirely sure. That's the thing about Omni-Man as well. He most definitely does not have a dad bod in the way that we think about or would consider a quote dad bod unquote. Which, let's face it, is just a slightly more genteel way of saying skinny fat. It's like, hey, this guy looks like he doesn't exercise at all. But we don't want to hurt his feelings too much, so let's just say he's got a dad bod. So, interesting update as well. Apparently, the show King of the Hill is being brought back. And, like, the interesting thing as well is the characters have been aged up. Like Hank, Bobby, Peggy, like all the other cast, except for the conspiracy theory guy, whose name escapes me. Dale. Yeah, Dale's not coming back because the voice actor that originally did the voice of Dale, he passed away. Luann, who was originally voiced by Brittany Murphy, she also passed away. And her husband in the show was voiced by Tom Petty, and yeah, he's no longer with us. So I think there's going to be like other voice actors that will come in and sort of fill in. Because I always thought that I didn't find King of the Hill to be like that funny, but it had its moments. Like to me, King of the Hill just felt like a continuation of Beavis and Butthead. Because those two shows are made by the same guy, Mike Judge. And if you've ever watched Beavis and Butthead, you'll notice that the character of Mr. Anderson, who's like the retired veteran neighbor of Beavis and Butthead, who's just like a sweet old fuddy-duddy, he's basically the same voice as Hank Hill. Like there's virtually no distinguishable like difference. He says, "Boy, I tell you what," all the time, and yeah. Yeah, Tom Selleck was indeed. What's the movie? I think it's Tombstone. And the only time you will see Tom Selleck with more than just a mustache, he actually has like this sort of soul patch goatee. I'm gonna do a quick look up. Nearly done. Yeah, I'll make this one just an hour 15, just as a good like little starter. Yep, getting close to finished. I would like to send a very warm and very heartfelt thank you to everyone who tuned in tonight or today or whatever the time it is where you are around the world. I'll be returning on Thursday for the conclusion of anime, which is like it's a portmanteau of anime and the word May. It was funnier in my head. But in the meantime, Yeah, I am pretty happy with how this one's turned out so far. I'll just duplicate these layers. And yes, I will call it a night and a stream there. Thank you once again to everyone who made tonight so very cool, successful, and special. And I will see ya when I see ya. See ya.